presidential year in review and also introduce and help induct our next president. So a year ago, my predecessor and mentor, Angela Rowe, told me that the Friday of the fall meeting was the happiest day of her presidency. I now understand exactly what she meant. I believe every presidency should build upon the previous, and I hope I did so. My thanks to Angela and all the past presidents for creating a solid base upon which I could build. The Pennsylvania Orthopedic Society has a proud 50-plus year history, and I'm proud to be a part of that legacy. A year ago in Hershey, I set forth my goals for my term. Fundamentally, I intended to leave the society more vibrant and ready to meet future challenges from an organizational standpoint. I'm happy to report that together, we have achieved those goals. Our bylaws have been updated, and our governing structures now better reflect our future needs. I thank the Board of Directors, the PA Ortho staff, and the entire membership for allowing me to pursue these structural reforms of our society. Accountability has been a priority of my presidency. I tried to hold myself to a high level of accountability relative to my responsibilities to the board and to the membership. I am pleased to also say that my board colleagues also rose to the high accountability standard I set as well. Many board members gladly accepted new roles and responsibilities, and they delivered. The results are hopefully evident through our improved communications and through our many new programs, such as our Surgeon Spotlight features, member testimonials, our new regional orthopac chairs, the new Young Surgeons Committee, and of course, the Opioid Symposium, which we will conduct shortly. Our board has also been aggressive in identifying and recruiting future orthopedic leaders across the state. No less than 5 new young and up-and-coming surgeons attended Wednesday's board meeting. I thank them for their interest and willingness to be the next generation of leaders to step forward. I'm also happy to report that we successfully met many external challenges facing Pennsylvania's orthopedic surgeons and our patients. Our typically strong advocacy agenda outperformed my initial expectations and delivered significant gains for the orthopedic community and for medicine in the state in general. Please consider the following achievements made just this past year. 1. Our wise participation in the Mitchell v. Shakura litigation and our amicus brief directly led the state Supreme Court to rule that expert witness testimony on surgical risks and complications can be presented in a medical liability lawsuit. Our aggressive stance against the state Supreme Court's proposed venue shopping rule change helped create the atmosphere in which the court pulled back any such rules changes. Our activities in opposition to the venue shopping rules change included a February 4th Main Capitol Rotunda press conference announcing House legislation to block the rules change, a meeting with Governor Wolf that same day we just referred to with Ratch, a support of Senator Lisa Baker's Senate resolution, and AAOS funded advocacy materials for physician offices on this issue. Our intensive advocacy to legislative leaders also resulted in a surgical exception to the 7-day opioid prescribing limit in Senate Bill 112. My thanks to all our faithful board members who attended the dinners with Senators Corman and Costa and who eloquently made the surgical exceptions case. I know I risk forgetting someone here, but I want to specifically thank Angela for a strong advocacy at both the Pittsburgh and State College events, Tom Muzzy, Kelly Agnew, and Jeff Baum for their continued leadership in Western Pennsylvania, Wayne Sebastianelli for being our anchor at State College, and Paul Giuliano, our rising second VP, for his willingness to travel to Pittsburgh, State College, Lancaster, or anywhere duty calls. Without dedicated leaders like you, our advocacy efforts would be greatly diminished, and others need to follow your examples. Also, and forgive me, Governor Wolf, but our efforts in combination with other advocates blocked the proposed ambulatory surgical center tax for the 3rd budget cycle in a row. Governor Wolf, if you propose a tax on trial lawyers instead, we'll be happy to help you out with that. Finally, we successfully made the case and received a significant state grant to provide opioid educational programming to all physicians as well as public education. This scientific meeting and this afternoon's opioid symposium are direct results of this grant. We will also hold another symposium with federal legislators and officials in February in conjunction with the Philadelphia Orthopedic Society in order to continue to drive opioid education and advance best pain management prescribing strategies. As you can see on the advocacy front, we had a great year, but we're not done. We are pursuing prior authorization reform and a continuation of the MCARE $500,000 coverage limits. Again, I thank OrthoPAC Chair Chip Hummer, our new OrthoPAC Vice Chair Angela Rowe, Advocacy Committee Chair Greg Gallant, as well as John, Jim, Paul, Muzzy, Kelly, and the many other board members who are responsible for these victories. Again, you're all advocacy stalwarts that we should and do emulate. I would like to end my remarks by thanking a few very important people. First, I want to thank our hardworking staff for keeping me on track and the society moving forward. Marisa, Amy, Kathy, my sincerest thanks and love to each of you. Next, I must thank, he's always here somewhere, Jonathan. I must thank our lobbyist and counsel, Jonathan Bigley, for his mentorship, guidance, and always prudent advice. Jonathan, I lean heavily on you this year, and you always deliver without fail. Thank you. And lastly, but most importantly, I want to thank my practice partners, my family, my wife, Aram, for their support and understanding of the late hours and time away from work and home while trying to serve the membership and mission of the Pennsylvania Orthopedic Society. As I end my term as president, I am confident our society is strong and our board members are dedicated. We still face challenges, however, particularly on the financial front. But I know that with my friend and colleague and your next president, Jonathan Garino, we are ready to meet those challenges head on and continue to build on the progress we have made on your behalf so far. Thank you for the opportunity and privilege to serve you this past year. I hope I served you well. Thank you.